Hey everyone, it's Ivan with kitbadger.com out here for another review, and today I'm talking about this right here, which is the Electrolyte Drink Mix by LMNT. This is admittedly a little bit of a departure from kind of my usual gear reviews and stuff like that, but it's something that is decidedly important depending on what kind of lifestyle you lead, or probably no matter what, but especially depending on what kind of lifestyle you lead. And so this right here is made by LMNT Labs. LMNT, clever spelling, no vowels, and it's basically an electrolyte drink mix. And kind of big takeaways. One, there's no sugar. There are carbohydrates, but again, no sugar. Ingredients: salt, sodium chloride, citric acid, magnesium malate, potassium chloride, natural flavors, and some stevia leaf extract. So in one stick, you have 10 calories, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is a ton if you're sedentary, have high blood pressure, and probably already have a bunch of comorbidities. But if you're active, then yeah, that's a good thing. And then 2 grams carbohydrates, again, 0 sugars, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And they come in these handy little packets right here. These boxes, I think, are 30. Yeah, 30. And yeah, you get these little serving packets. So what was my introduction? How have I used them? My first introduction to LMNT was actually last summer. As of filming this, 2021. My buddy Ian from Rune Nation came out for a 2-day pistol carbine class, kind of around vehicles. Awesome course, just so happened to be like in the middle of a heat wave. And yeah, he had a bunch of these sent out, which was awesome. Shared them with the class. Made it really nice and easy to stay hydrated. And hydration, yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, it's hot, I'm sweating, I should probably drink water. Yeah, drink water, probably good. But back to actual hydration, like your body works with electrical signals, which are electrolytes, wherein there's like salt, that's sodium, magnesium, potassium. All that stuff helps actually rehydrate and keep your body hydrated so that all the cells can communicate and the magic of biology, which we are, continues to work. This definitely helps in that. And the thing I personally really like is, one, it tastes good, but there's also not sugar in there. Depending on your lifestyle and how you eat, that may or may not be a thing for you. Personally, usually eating carnivore. Occasionally I'll fall off the rails, eat a bunch of ice cream because I love ice cream. But no, usually staying pretty strict carnivore and not wanting to introduce sugars and things like that. This is awesome. It does have those 2 grams of carbohydrates. No idea where they came from, but that's in there. But there isn't a bunch of sugars where a lot of times it'll be like, hey, here is your electrolyte drink mix. And if you look at the ingredients, it's usually a ton of sugar. And this does not have that, and helps you stay hydrated. And it helps you stay hydrated in times you maybe otherwise wouldn't. What do I mean by that? Well, in the winter time, it's honestly, for me, usually a lot easier to get dehydrated because I'm like, oh, it's cold out, probably not sweating, not really thirsty right now. And if you're just pounding water, one, it's not really going to rehydrate you because you don't have the electrolytes in there. But 2, eventually it just gets really boring. Again, going back to kind of your lifestyle and how you eat or how you drink. Don't drink juice, don't drink soda, anything like that. Consequently, sometimes it gets pretty boring just drinking water. And so being able to have stuff like this and drink it, especially in the winter, yeah, it's awesome. Because again, going back to activity level. By way of example, the other day, I decided to go downhill skiing. Went up to the mountain, left however many hours later. I think I did like 22 runs, over 16 miles downhill skied. Hydration gets pretty important at that point. When it comes to mixing the stuff up, it's pretty handy in that you can mix it kind of with most any amount of water. They have a clever little chart on their box. 1 packet with 32 ounces is salty, with 24 ounces saltier, and 16 ounces salty as heck. Honestly, it's really salty, especially if Your version of staying hydrated is drinking like sugar water, like most kind of hydration liquids are. But honestly, I don't mind it in any of those. I will say if you mix it with just like a 16-ounce bottle of water, it's pretty damn salty. Personally, I kind of like it, although probably maybe an acquired taste. With 32 ounces, it's usually pretty tame. But being able to take these places is huge, rather than having like a bottle of Gatorade or something like that. Aside from all the sugar and amazing coloring they put into it, you have like a giant bottle, which if you need to just carry fluid, that's cool. But if you go out in the backcountry or backpacking, like whatever it may be, melt snow for water, something like that, it's great because I'm not going to carry like 2 gallons of water on an adventure. But being able to basically replenish your water supply and have these little packets, throw them in there, shake them up, and stay hydrated. If you're interested in picking up some of the LMNT Electrolyte Drink Mix, you can do it different places, one of which is Amazon. Honestly, kind of best place price-wise is actually directly through LMNT, especially if you are signed up for a subscription. You can get them essentially under $1 a serving. Is that expensive? I would say it's probably really expensive if you're like, I'm gonna go spend a half an hour on the elliptical, not break a sweat, but the internet said I need to stay hydrated, so I'm gonna get these. Yeah, it's probably expensive. But if you go do things to the point where like dehydration can become a real thing because of output, then yeah, I think these are huge. And I definitely think there's a value there. But if you try some, yeah, you'll probably be pretty stoked. 3 different flavors, or I think 4. One is unflavored. They have this one, which is berry, raspberry, something berry salt. They also have a citrus one and another one that I can't remember right this minute. But all of them taste pretty good. All of them definitely taste a little bit salty, but yeah, keep you hydrated. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.
It's 64. There's a milkman at the door.